Have you ever wondered if something as simple as carrying a small object could change your life? Could a single clove of garlic shield you from negative energy? Could a handful of cloves unlock the doors to abundance? Could a key tied with a ribbon hold the power to open new opportunities in your life? At first glance, these ideas may sound like folklore, old superstitions passed down through generations. But what if I told you that these practices are deeply rooted in ancient wisdom and Buddhist philosophy, designed not as magic tricks, but as tools to train the mind, reshape your reality, and align you with the forces of prosperity, protection, and personal growth? Imagine if every action you took, no matter how small, had the potential to reshape your future. What if you could use everyday objects as reminders of your intentions, reinforcing your mindset, and shifting your energy toward success? The truth is, in Buddhist teachings, transformation doesn't happen overnight, or through miracles. It happens through conscious effort, mindful rituals, and a deep understanding of the mind's power to shape reality. In today's video, we'll uncover the hidden power of three seemingly ordinary objects: garlic, cloves, and a simple key charm. These are not just ingredients for cooking, or everyday trinkets. They are powerful tools used for centuries to cultivate protection, wealth, and opportunity. By the end of this video, you'll understand how carrying garlic can shield you from negativity, how cloves can act as an emblem of abundance, and how a key can symbolize the unlocking of new doors in your life. But more importantly, you'll learn why these practices work, not through superstition, but through the principles of mindfulness, intention, and energy alignment. The Buddha taught that our thoughts, words, and actions create the world we live in. If we cultivate fear, we attract obstacles. If we cultivate abundance, we open ourselves to new possibilities. The objects we surround ourselves with are not just physical things. They are extensions of our beliefs, our habits, and our state of mind. If you've ever felt like you're stuck in a cycle of negativity, if opportunities seem out of reach, or if financial success feels impossible, this video is for you. We're about to dive deep into these ancient practices, revealing how they work, why they have stood the test of time, and how you can apply them to your own life. But before we begin, make sure you support this journey by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications so you never miss a powerful lesson like this one. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about using symbolic objects for mindfulness and prosperity? Have you ever tried any of these rituals before? We'd love to hear your experiences. Now, let's begin this journey of transformation, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Stay with us until the end, because the insights we're about to reveal may just change the way you see the world and yourself. Garlic as a protective force in Buddhist wisdom. Garlic has been deeply embedded in spiritual, medicinal, and cultural traditions for centuries, transcending its common role as a culinary ingredient to become a powerful symbol of protection, purification, and resilience. Its historical and spiritual significance spans across civilizations, from ancient China and India to medieval Europe and beyond. In Buddhist philosophy, the presence of garlic in daily life can be understood not merely as a superstition, but as an intentional practice of mindfulness, self-awareness, and energetic balance. The idea that an object as simple as a clove of garlic can serve as a tool for spiritual and emotional fortification aligns with core Buddhist principles that emphasize the interplay between mind, energy, and environment. Throughout history, garlic has been regarded as a spiritual shield, capable of repelling negative influences and creating an energetic boundary between an individual and harmful external forces. In Buddhist and Eastern traditions, protection is not solely about warding off external threats, but about maintaining inner peace and stability. The Buddha often taught that suffering does not originate from the external world, but from the mind's attachment to fear, uncertainty, and negativity. If an individual allows themselves to dwell in states of anxiety and insecurity, they are actively inviting those energies into their experience. However, when one takes proactive measures, whether through meditation, conscious breathing, or even symbolic gestures like carrying garlic, they reinforce their inner sanctuary against external disturbances. The belief that garlic possesses protective qualities is not unfounded. Ancient texts describe its ability to cleanse spaces of negative energy, a concept that aligns with modern scientific findings about garlic's antimicrobial and antifungal properties. Just as garlic can rid the body of toxins, it is believed to purify the mind and spirit of harmful influences. This dual functionality, both physical and metaphysical, makes it a powerful symbol of protection in Buddhist thought. The simple act of carrying garlic becomes more than just a habitual practice. It transforms into a daily reaffirmation of one's commitment to self-care, both internally and externally. From a Buddhist perspective, the physical world and the mind are intricately connected. Every external action, no matter how small, has an internal counterpart. This is why mindfulness is emphasized in every aspect of Buddhist practice. From the way one eats to the way one breathes. Carrying garlic can be seen as an extension of this principle. It is not the garlic itself that holds power, but the intention behind it. The moment an individual places a garlic clove in their pocket, with the awareness that it represents protection, they are engaging in a conscious act of mindfulness. This simple practice keeps them present, reminding them to cultivate a sense of calm, clarity, and self-awareness throughout the day. The symbolism of garlic as an anchor to the present moment is profound. Many people navigate their daily lives without awareness, allowing distractions and external pressures to pull them in multiple directions. The presence of garlic, however, serves as a grounding mechanism, a tangible object that reinforces a state of mindful living. Each time an individual touches or notices the garlic in their pocket, they are given an opportunity to pause, take a deep breath, and realign with their higher intentions. This moment of awareness can be a powerful way to break free from unconscious habits and thought patterns, redirecting energy toward more constructive and mindful behavior. Garlic's role in purification further strengthens its spiritual significance in Buddhist teachings. Just as the Buddha taught the importance of cleansing the mind of impurities, such as greed, anger, and delusion, garlic serves as a physical symbol of this cleansing process. The purification of the body is not separate from the purification of the mind. In Buddhist monastic traditions, simplicity and minimalism are emphasized as a means to declutter both the external world and the internal consciousness. The concept of carrying an object like garlic, which represents purification, aligns with this philosophy. It serves as a reminder that just as the body benefits from detoxification, the mind benefits from letting go of unnecessary burdens. Buddhism teaches that attachment is the root of suffering. This attachment is not limited to material possessions, but extends to emotions, thoughts, and identities. Many individuals hold onto negative emotions, resentment, fear, and regret, without realizing how these internal attachments weigh them down. The presence of garlic, as a symbolic cleanser, serves as a reminder to release these attachments. Just as one would replace a garlic clove once it has dried out, one must regularly cleanse the mind of outdated beliefs, limiting thoughts, and emotional baggage. This practice of mindful release ensures that energy continues to flow freely, preventing stagnation and emotional distress. The idea of using simple tools as mindfulness aids is not new in Buddhist practice. Monks and practitioners often engage in seemingly mundane rituals, chanting, lighting incense, bowing, not because the actions themselves hold inherent power, but because they serve as focal points for attention and intention. Similarly, the act of carrying garlic encourages a state of continual awareness. It is a subtle but effective practice, reinforcing the habit of checking in with oneself throughout the day. Has the garlic changed in texture? Has it absorbed moisture? These observations, though small, prompt a larger internal dialogue. Have I absorbed negativity today? Have I remained true to my mindfulness practice? Have I allowed external circumstances to disturb my peace? Garlic's association with protection is also relevant in the context of navigating challenging environments. In many cultures, garlic has been used as a safeguard against jealousy, ill intentions, and hostile energies. In Buddhist philosophy, these external challenges are seen as opportunities for internal growth. The world is filled with distractions, conflicts, and emotional turbulence, but the true test lies in one's ability to remain centered amidst chaos. Carrying garlic becomes a symbolic affirmation of one's resilience, a personal vow to remain unaffected by negativity. It is not about superstition, it is about psychological reinforcement. By keeping a small, tangible object that represents protection, individuals remind themselves that they have control over their reactions and energy. Beyond its symbolic nature, garlic has practical applications in Buddhist monastic living. Monks, who often follow strict dietary and meditative practices, recognize the importance of holistic well-being. While garlic is sometimes avoided in certain monastic traditions due to its strong influence on sensory stimulation, its medicinal properties are widely acknowledged. Buddhist teachings emphasize the interconnectedness of the mind and body. An unhealthy body can lead to an unsettled mind. The use of garlic as a natural remedy aligns with this holistic view, ensuring that both physical and mental health are maintained. The observation of impermanence, a fundamental Buddhist concept, is another key lesson embedded in the practice of carrying garlic. Everything in life is subject to change, decay, and renewal. The garlic clove, once fresh, will eventually dry out and lose its potency. This natural process serves as a reflection of the transient nature of all things. Nothing remains static, neither our thoughts, emotions, nor circumstances. By regularly checking the condition of the garlic, individuals are engaging in a subtle yet powerful meditation on impermanence. This practice encourages adaptability and acceptance, reducing the suffering that comes from resisting change. The psychological benefits of carrying garlic also extend to cultivating confidence and inner strength. Many people seek external validation or reassurance in times of difficulty, forgetting that true security comes from within. The act of keeping a protective object close reinforces a mindset of self-reliance. When faced with adversity, an individual who carries garlic as a protective emblem may feel a greater sense of empowerment, knowing that they have taken an active step in preserving their peace. This mental shift can make a significant difference in how one approaches challenges, transforming fear into resilience. Garlic's historical role in warding off negative influences is deeply rooted in various cultural traditions, yet its function in Buddhist mindfulness practices transcends folklore. While ancient beliefs in garlic's protective properties may have originated from observations of its strong scent and health benefits, its true power lies in the awareness it cultivates. Whether one believes in its spiritual effects or not, the act of engaging with it intentionally has undeniable psychological and emotional benefits. The Buddha often emphasized that the mind shapes reality. What one believes, they experience. If one carries garlic with the belief that it reinforces their peace, then it becomes a tool that supports their journey toward mindfulness and well-being. Incorporating garlic into daily practice is a small yet profound act of self-care. It is a conscious declaration of one's commitment to maintaining a balanced mind, protecting one's energy, and embracing the principles of mindfulness. Whether through its symbolism, its practical health benefits, or its role as a mindfulness anchor, garlic stands as a testament to the power of simple objects in shaping profound spiritual practice. The lesson here is clear. It is not the object itself that holds power, but the intention behind it. In the journey towards self-awareness and inner peace, even something as humble as a garlic clove can serve as a guiding light. Cloves as an emblem of abundance and wealth. Cloves have been deeply intertwined with wealth, prosperity, and abundance throughout history, their significance extending beyond their economic value to their symbolic and spiritual meaning. In Buddhist traditions, prosperity is not merely a matter of material accumulation, but is understood as a state of inner richness, one that manifests through generosity, wisdom, and an open heart. The use of cloves in rituals designed to attract financial luck is a reflection of this deeper understanding, that wealth is first and foremost cultivated within the mind, before it can manifest in the external world. This principle aligns with the Buddha's teachings, which emphasize that our reality is shaped by our inner states, and that true prosperity is inseparable from a life of ethical integrity, compassion, and mindfulness. Throughout history, cloves have been one of the most prized commodities in global trade. Originating from the Maluku Islands, also known as the Spice Islands of Indonesia, cloves were once valued as highly as gold, and played a crucial role in shaping global economies. Traders and merchants who controlled the spice trade amassed immense wealth, and this association between cloves and financial success became embedded in cultural consciousness. The rarity of cloves in ancient times made them a luxury item, a symbol of power and affluence that only the elite could afford. Over time, this perception of cloves as an emblem of prosperity evolved into spiritual practices, in which cloves were used to attract financial stability and success. Buddhism teaches that wealth should not be pursued for its own sake but should be seen as a tool for positive transformation. Material abundance, when used wisely, can support spiritual growth, enable acts of generosity, and contribute to the well-being of others. The Buddha himself was supported by wealthy patrons such as Anathapindika, a merchant known for his great generosity. Anathapindika did not see his wealth as something to be hoarded, but as a means to provide food, shelter, and resources for Buddhist monks and laypeople in need. His story is a testament to the Buddhist ideal that true wealth is not measured by accumulation, but by one's ability to share. This is where the practice of using cloves as a financial magnet takes on a deeper meaning. The ritual of holding 7 cloves while reciting affirmations is not about invoking supernatural forces but about setting an intention. The number 7 is often associated with spiritual completeness, and by consciously engaging in this ritual, an individual is reaffirming their belief in their own ability to attract abundance. In Buddhism, intention, sadhana, is the foundation of karma, meaning that the energy one puts into the world determines the results they will experience. If one carries an underlying belief in lack and scarcity, that belief will manifest in their external reality. But if one consciously cultivates a mindset of abundance, gratitude, and generosity, their actions will naturally align with opportunities that bring prosperity. The law of attraction, though a modern concept in many ways, is deeply embedded in Buddhist philosophy. The mind is a powerful force that influences perception, behavior, and ultimately, reality. If one continuously dwells on fear, financial hardship, and limitation, they reinforce those conditions in their lives. Conversely, if one shifts their focus to abundance, opportunities, and generosity, they create the conditions for wealth to flow effortlessly. This is why Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of right thought. What one repeatedly tells themselves becomes their reality. By incorporating cloves into a daily ritual, an individual is engaging in an act of conscious manifestation. This process transforms something seemingly ordinary into a sacred practice. Holding the cloves, feeling their texture, and inhaling their rich aroma creates a sensory experience that reinforces one's focus on financial well-being. When paired with spoken affirmations, statements such as, "I welcome abundance into my life," or "prosperity flows to me effortlessly," the ritual becomes even more powerful. Words carry energy, and when spoken with conviction, they shape the subconscious mind, influencing how one perceives and interacts with the world. Beyond its symbolic meaning, the act of placing cloves in one's pocket serves a psychological function. It acts as a continuous reminder of one's financial intentions, subtly reinforcing an abundance-oriented mindset throughout the day. This aligns with the Buddhist concept of mindfulness, remaining aware of one's thoughts, emotions, and actions at all times. Every time an individual touches the cloves in their pocket, they are reminded to check their inner state. Am I operating from a place of scarcity or abundance? Am I seeing opportunities or obstacles? Am I focusing on gratitude or lack? This self-awareness is crucial in shaping financial outcomes, as the way one thinks directly influences the decisions they make. For those seeking greater financial stability, the clove ritual is an accessible yet powerful tool. It requires no extravagant resources, only a willingness to engage with it consistently. The effectiveness of this practice is not dependent on the cloves themselves, but on the belief and focus applied during the ritual. In Buddhism, faith is not about blind belief, but about trust in the principles of cause and effect. The Buddha encouraged followers to test teachings through personal experience rather than accept them blindly. Those who practice the clove ritual with sincerity and mindfulness often report a heightened awareness of financial opportunities. This is not because cloves possess inherent magical properties, but because the ritual conditions the mind to recognize possibilities that may have previously gone unnoticed. Financial success is often not about luck, but about mindset, awareness, and preparation. Many people miss out on opportunities simply because they are not mentally attuned to recognizing them. The clove ritual acts as a mechanism to train the mind to remain open, receptive, and proactive. When one expects financial abundance, they naturally begin to make choices that align with that expectation, whether it is taking calculated risks, networking with the right people, or managing money wisely. This is why many who practice abundance rituals notice significant shifts in their financial circumstances. Their mindset changes first, and their external reality follows. Beyond personal financial gain, the Buddhist perspective on wealth emphasizes the importance of using prosperity for the greater good. Hoarding wealth out of fear or greed leads to suffering, whereas using financial resources to help others creates positive karma. This principle is reflected in the way Buddhist monks and lay practitioners engage with wealth. Monastic communities rely on donations, but these donations are not seen as mere transactions. They are acts of merit-making, where the giver benefits spiritually by cultivating generosity. Similarly, an individual who seeks wealth with the intention of sharing and uplifting others aligns themselves with the natural flow of abundance. Generosity, dana, is considered one of the most important Buddhist virtues. It is not about giving away everything one has, but about cultivating an attitude of openness and non-attachment to material possessions. The paradox of wealth is that those who cling to it out of fear often feel the most deprived, while those who view it as a tool for positive impact experience a deeper sense of fulfillment. This is why setting intentions around wealth should always include a component of generosity. When one incorporates cloves into their financial rituals, it is beneficial to also set an intention for how that abundance will be used to contribute to the well-being of others. This aligns the practice with higher spiritual principles, ensuring that prosperity is not pursued for selfish reasons but as part of a greater flow of energy. The deeper message behind using cloves for financial success is that abundance is not something to be chased. It is something to be cultivated from within. When an individual shifts their focus from scarcity to gratitude, from fear to confidence, and from self-interest to generosity, their entire financial reality transforms. The ritual of holding cloves is a symbolic reinforcement of this shift, a daily practice that keeps one aligned with the principles of prosperity. In Buddhist teachings, The ultimate goal is not material wealth, but spiritual liberation. However, this does not mean that financial success is irrelevant. A stable and abundant life allows one to focus more on inner growth, to support others, and to engage more fully with spiritual practice. The key is to approach wealth with the right intention, not as an end goal, but as a means to create a more balanced, generous, and fulfilling existence. Those who integrate the clove ritual into their lives often find that their relationship with money evolves. They become more aware of how their thoughts influence their financial experiences. They develop greater confidence in their ability to attract wealth, and they begin to see abundance as a state of mind, rather than just a number in a bank account. Over time, this shift in perspective leads to tangible results, not because cloves have supernatural powers, but because the mind, once trained to expect prosperity, begins to act in ways that make prosperity inevitable. The key is a gateway to new possibilities. Keys have always held profound symbolic meaning across cultures, representing access, transformation, and the unlocking of potential. In Buddhist philosophy, a key is far more than a simple object used to grant physical entry. It serves as a metaphor for inner awakening, self-discovery, and the limitless possibilities that exist when one embraces clarity and wisdom. To truly understand the significance of the key, one must first recognize that every barrier in life, whether emotional, mental, or spiritual, is not external, but self-imposed. The mind, influenced by attachment, fear, and ignorance, creates these barriers, and only through awareness and mindfulness can one find the key to liberation. The Buddha taught that suffering arises from attachment, and that true freedom is found in detachment and wisdom. This does not mean rejecting life's experiences, but rather understanding them for what they are, impermanent, and constantly changing. The key, as a symbol, reminds the practitioner that nothing in life is locked away unless one believes it to be. Freedom is not about escaping the world, but about perceiving it with clarity. A person trapped in suffering is not in chains. They are simply unaware of their own ability to walk away from self-imposed mental imprisonment. The true key is not external, but internal, forged through mindfulness, self-inquiry, and conscious choice. The ritual of tying a key with a green ribbon and infusing it with affirmations carries deep spiritual meaning. The green ribbon represents growth, renewal, and transformation. It is reminiscent of nature. Just as a seed buried in the ground reaches toward the light, so too does the mind, when cultivated with wisdom, stretch toward enlightenment. The act of tying 3 knots is not merely symbolic, but serves as a reinforcement of commitment in 3 fundamental areas: wisdom, intention, and action. Wisdom represents the clarity of mind necessary to see things as they are, free from illusion. Intention is the conscious decision to move forward, to align thoughts with purpose rather than fear. Action is the necessary step of applying that wisdom and intention to create real change. Without action, knowledge remains passive, and without intention, action lacks direction. By tying these knots, one solidifies their resolve to progress with mindful awareness. The key charm ritual serves as a tangible representation of Buddhist principles, particularly the idea that everything one seeks already exists within. Too often, people believe that success, happiness, or enlightenment is something to be attained externally, as if it is hidden behind a locked door. But the truth is, no door is truly locked. It is the mind that perceives barriers, and it is the mind that must dissolve them. When an individual carries a key charm, they are engaging in a powerful exercise of self-remembrance, acknowledging that they are fully capable of unlocking their own potential. A well-known story in Buddhist tradition illustrates this perfectly. A young monk, disillusioned with his spiritual journey, spent years wandering from temple to temple, seeking the door to enlightenment. He listened to great teachers, practiced rigorous meditation, and yet still felt that he had not found the key to his awakening. One day, an elder monk handed him a small key and said, "You have been searching for a door that was never locked. The key was always in your hands." At that moment, the young monk realized that enlightenment was not a hidden secret, not something he needed to attain from the outside. It was a shift in perception, a state of being that had always been available to him. This story beautifully encapsulates the essence of the key charm ritual. The power to unlock life's greatest doors has never been external. It is, and always has been, within. The mind is an extraordinarily powerful force. It dictates what one believes is possible, and what one perceives as an obstacle. When conditioned to expect limitation, it will reinforce those limitations in daily life. However, when conditioned to expect opportunity and growth, it will naturally align with circumstances that support that vision. This is where symbolic rituals, like carrying a key charm, serve a greater purpose. The key itself is not magical, but the belief behind it is transformative. When an individual holds a key charm and repeats affirmations such as, "I am open to new opportunities," Or, every door I need will open for me at the right time. They are actively shifting their mindset toward possibility. This practice rewires neural pathways, making the individual more attuned to recognizing and acting upon opportunities they might have otherwise overlooked. For the key ritual to be effective, one must approach it with clarity and purpose. Before tying the ribbon, it is essential to set a clear intention. Each knot should be tied with mindful awareness, solidifying a commitment to a specific goal, whether that be personal growth, career advancement, or deepening relationships. Carrying the key daily ensures that these goals remain at the forefront of consciousness, subtly influencing decisions and actions in alignment with the desired outcome. The presence of the key serves as a constant reminder that one is capable of creating their own path rather than waiting for circumstances to change on their own. Placing the key under one's pillow at night is another powerful method of reinforcing this practice. The subconscious mind is most receptive during the moments before sleep, making this an ideal time for reflection and mental programming. When an individual sleeps with the key nearby, they are sending a message to their subconscious: I am ready for new opportunities. I am prepared to unlock the doors before me. Over time, this belief becomes deeply ingrained, leading to increased confidence and a natural openness to life's possibilities. The power of visualization further enhances the effectiveness of this ritual. Visualization is a fundamental practice in Buddhist meditation, used to train the mind to see beyond limitations. When one envisions themselves unlocking a door, stepping into a new opportunity, or embracing success, they are actively shaping their reality. The brain does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. This is why athletes, performers, and even monks use visualization to prepare for challenges and manifest their desired outcomes. When paired with the key ritual, visualization creates a profound synergy, strengthening one's ability to attract and recognize opportunities. The essence of this practice is not merely about attracting luck, but about cultivating awareness. Too often, people walk through life unaware of the opportunities that surround them. They remain trapped in cycles of hesitation, doubt, and indecision, failing to recognize the doors that are already open. The key charm serves as a wake-up call, a reminder to stay present, to look for openings where none were previously seen, and to step forward with confidence. The nature of opportunity itself is fluid. Some doors remain closed not because they are locked, but because the individual is not yet ready to walk through them. Timing is an essential component of growth, and in Buddhist philosophy, patience and wisdom go hand in hand. The key charm ritual encourages patience without passivity, reminding the individual that while they prepare for opportunities, they must also trust that the right circumstances will present themselves when they are truly ready. By integrating this practice into daily life, one cultivates a mindset of possibility rather than limitation. They begin to see choices where they once saw restrictions, and they develop a deeper trust in their ability to navigate challenges. Over time, this small yet profound practice reshapes not only external circumstances, but the very way one experiences the world. The doors that once seemed distant or unattainable begin to appear within reach, revealing that the only true barriers were the ones created by the mind. Every individual holds within them the key to their own transformation. Whether they choose to use it or remain in search of a door that was never locked is entirely up to them. The key charm ritual is not just about carrying an object. It is about carrying a belief, a commitment to oneself, and a conscious decision to move forward with purpose. It is a practice that embodies the very heart of Buddhist teachings. That true liberation is not found in external circumstances, but in the way one perceives and interacts with the world. The journey to unlocking one's highest potential begins not with waiting for an opportunity, but with recognizing that the key to everything they seek has always been in their hands. The power of intention in Buddhist teachings. At the heart of all Buddhist teachings lies the power of intention, the invisible force that shapes not only individual actions, but also the trajectory of one's entire life. Whether it is the practice of carrying garlic as a protective symbol, using cloves to attract wealth, or keeping a key charm as a reminder of new opportunities, these rituals are not about superstition or magical thinking. They are about the deep understanding that everything begins in the mind. The Buddha repeatedly taught that our experiences in life are shaped not by random chance, but by the quality of our thoughts, our motives, and the intentions behind every action we take. Intention, or sadhana in Buddhist philosophy, is not merely about desire or wishful thinking. It is the conscious direction of energy, the foundation of all karma. Every thought, every decision, and every action creates a ripple effect that extends beyond the moment, influencing future experiences and shaping the reality one inhabits. This is why the Buddha emphasized that intention is the root of all karmic consequences. If an action is performed with greed, anger, or delusion, it will generate suffering. If an action is performed with wisdom, compassion, and generosity, it will generate peace and well-being. It is not the physical act itself, but the underlying intention that determines the outcome. When people engage in spiritual rituals, whether they are carrying a protective object, reciting affirmations, or performing symbolic gestures, they are not engaging in blind superstition. They are engaging in a practice of conscious alignment. The physical object is not where the power lies. The power resides in the belief, the mindfulness, and the intention behind the act. These objects serve as focal points, reminders to remain attuned to the energy one wishes to cultivate. They are external tools that reinforce an internal process, ensuring that one's thoughts and emotions remain in alignment with their highest aspirations. Transformation in Buddhism does not occur through external means alone. While rituals, symbols, and sacred objects can serve as powerful reminders, the real transformation happens within the mind. Without an internal shift in perception, no external object can bring about meaningful change. The true key to prosperity, protection, and enlightenment is not found in the physical world, but in the ability to recognize that the mind is the architect of all experiences. By practicing awareness, setting clear intentions, and taking mindful actions, one creates the conditions for personal evolution. Mindfulness is the bridge between intention and action. It is the practice of maintaining awareness of one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, ensuring that they remain in alignment with one's goals and values. Without mindfulness, intention can become scattered and unfocused. It is easy to fall into patterns of automatic behavior, reacting to life rather than consciously shaping it. But through mindful awareness, every moment becomes an opportunity to reaffirm one's path, to redirect energy towards growth, and to cultivate an inner state of peace and abundance. The Buddha likened the mind to a garden. If left unattended, it will become overgrown with weeds, negative thoughts, destructive habits, and limiting beliefs. But if cultivated with care, it will yield beautiful flowers, wisdom, joy, and fulfillment. The seeds of intention are what determine what grows in this garden. If one plants seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, those will be the dominant forces in their life. But if one plants seeds of confidence, compassion, and abundance, they will experience a reality that reflects those qualities. Just as a farmer does not expect a bountiful harvest without tending to the soil, one cannot expect positive outcomes in life without nurturing the right mindset. Setting an intention is like planting a seed. It is the first step, but it must be followed by action, nourishment, and patience. This is why rituals involving symbolic objects can be powerful. They serve as daily reminders to nurture the seed of intention. But the real work happens in the mind. The garlic in the pocket is meaningless if one continues to allow fear and negativity to dominate their thoughts. The cloves will not bring wealth if one's mindset remains rooted in scarcity and limitation. The key charm will not open doors if one is unwilling to take action. When opportunities arise, the process of transformation is gradual, requiring consistency and self-awareness. The Buddha taught that enlightenment is not an instant achievement, but a journey of small, mindful steps. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to the greater whole. A single moment of mindfulness, a single decision made with clarity, a single affirmation spoken with genuine belief, these are the building blocks of change. Over time, these seemingly small practices accumulate, reshaping one's reality in profound ways. This is why the power of intention cannot be underestimated. It is not just about what one does, but about the energy with which it is done. A simple act, when infused with conscious awareness, becomes transformative. When one carries an object with the clear intention of protection, they are reinforcing a mindset of security and inner strength. When one performs a ritual with the belief that they are attracting prosperity, they are conditioning their mind to recognize and seize opportunities. When one ties a key to a ribbon and sets an intention for growth, they are actively aligning themselves with the path of expansion. This concept aligns with the Buddhist teaching of right effort, one of the steps on the Noble Eightfold Path. Right effort is the practice of diligently directing one's energy towards wholesome states of mind while letting go of unwholesome ones. It is the recognition that the mind, if left unchecked, will naturally drift towards habitual patterns of fear, doubt, and craving. But through intentional effort, one can train the mind to remain focused on wisdom, kindness, and abundance. Every time one engages in a ritual with awareness, they are practicing right effort. They are reinforcing positive mental habits and weakening negative ones. The connection between intention and reality can also be understood through the concept of dependent origination, the Buddhist principle that all things arise due to causes and conditions. Nothing exists in isolation, everything is interconnected. This means that the state of one's mind directly influences the external circumstances they experience. If one consistently operates from a place of limitation, they will reinforce those limitations in their environment. But if one cultivates an inner state of abundance and possibility, the world will begin to reflect that mindset. This is why setting intentions is such a vital practice. It shapes the conditions that give rise to one's experiences. One of the greatest misconceptions about Buddhist teachings on prosperity and success is that they advocate passivity. Some assume that Buddhism teaches detachment in a way that discourages ambition or the pursuit of goals. But in reality, Buddhism encourages active engagement with life, provided that engagement is guided by wisdom and ethical principles. The Buddha never taught that one should reject abundance, only that one should not become enslaved by it. The key is to approach wealth and success with a mindset of generosity and balance rather than attachment and greed. When one sets an intention for financial prosperity, it is not about accumulating riches for their own sake but about creating stability, security, and the ability to share with others. Generosity, dana, is a central pillar of Buddhist practice. True wealth is not measured by how much one possesses, but by how much one is willing to give. This does not mean one must give away all their resources, but rather that they should cultivate a mindset of openness and non-attachment. When one sets an intention for prosperity with the understanding that wealth is a tool for greater well-being, both for oneself and for others, they align themselves with the natural flow of abundance. This is why Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of right intention. Wealth pursued with greed leads to suffering, but wealth cultivated with mindfulness leads to fulfillment. Ultimately, the greatest lesson in all of these practices is that power resides within. The external world is a reflection of internal states. If one desires protection, they must cultivate inner strength. If one seeks abundance, they must adopt a mindset of gratitude and possibility. If one wishes for new opportunities, they must remain open and receptive to change. The rituals involving garlic, cloves, and keys are not about external forces shaping one's destiny. They are about using physical symbols to reinforce internal transformation. The true key is not in the object itself, but in the realization that every individual possesses the power to shape their own life. Reality is not fixed, it is fluid, shaped by thoughts, intentions, and actions. By practicing awareness, setting clear intentions, and remaining mindful in daily life, one creates the conditions for peace, prosperity, and enlightenment. Everything one seeks is already within. They need only recognize it. Now that we've explored the profound power behind garlic, cloves, and keys, one truth should be clear. Transformation begins from within. These objects, though simple, are not about superstition. They are about mindfulness. They are reminders, symbols that help us stay connected to the intentions we set for ourselves. The true magic is not in the garlic, the cloves, or the key itself. It is in the belief, the awareness, and the conscious effort that we put into our lives every single day. If you carry garlic, it's not just about warding off negativity. It's about strengthening your own inner resilience, standing firm in your own energy, and refusing to let the external world dictate your peace. If you use cloves, it's not about hoping for wealth to magically appear. It's about shifting your mindset, aligning yourself with abundance, and becoming aware of financial opportunities that were always there but perhaps unnoticed. If you keep a key charm, it's not about waiting for doors to open. It's about preparing yourself, developing the confidence to walk through them, and trusting that when you are ready, the right opportunities will come. The Buddha taught that suffering arises from attachment, from fear, and from a lack of awareness. But he also taught that liberation is possible through wisdom, mindfulness, and intention. These practices, whether you choose to carry garlic, hold cloves in your hand, or tie a ribbon around a key, are tools to bring you closer to that wisdom. They remind you to stay present, to trust in the power of your own thoughts, and to align yourself with the energy you wish to cultivate in your life. But now the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue moving through life unconsciously, allowing your fears and doubts to shape your experiences? Or will you take control, use the power of intention, and start creating a reality that aligns with your highest self? If you found value in today's video, make sure to let us know by liking this video. It helps spread this wisdom to more people who may need it. Subscribe to our channel for more teachings on mindfulness, spiritual growth, and practical Buddhist wisdom that you can apply in everyday life. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next powerful lesson. We also want to hear from you. Drop a comment below, and share your thoughts. Have you ever tried any of these practices? Do you believe in the power of intention shaping your reality? What experiences have you had with symbols of protection, wealth, or opportunity? Your insights and personal stories make this community richer. And we'd love to continue the conversation with you. And most importantly, remember, the key to transformation is already in your hands. It always has been. You don't need luck. You don't need external validation. You only need awareness, belief, and action. The universe responds to the energy you put out. So start today. Carry your intention with you. Reinforce it daily, and watch how your world begins to shift. Thank you for joining us on this journey of ancient wisdom and modern transformation. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay mindful, stay open, and stay empowered.